Hi friends, welcome to my channel, Life Between Words. My name is Katie, this is Wilder, his older brother Fox is sleeping, and today we thought we would do, well, I thought that I would do a tag video. I haven't done a tag video in forever, and I have been tagged in so many videos. This one is one that I've been wanting to do for a really long time, so that's what I'm going to do. I was tagged by Kate Howe, and I was tagged by Emma from A Bookish Princess months ago. The tag video that I'm going to do is the 5 quotes tag. The name of the creator escapes me, but I do have a link to it, so I will include that in the description box. So, oh, are you smiling at me? Are you smiling at me? Hi, sweetie pie. For those of you who saw my last video, you know that Wilder was in the hospital for a week. He had RSV and pneumonia. He's home now and he's doing so well. Thank you everyone for your kind thoughts and words and prayers and just everything. I can't tell you how much it meant to me, and I'm really sorry that I haven't responded to any of the comments, but believe me, I read them and they were deeply felt. So I will get around to responding to the comments, but I just haven't done it yet. Yeah, he's out of the hospital now, but he charmed the entire hospital staff because he's a dream baby. He's a dream baby. Like, never cries, although he was pretty fussy in the hospital, but I would be pretty grouchy too if I were being stuck with needles and had an IV and a feeding tube, and anyway, it was an ordeal, but very thankful to be home. Let's talk about some favorite quotes from books. These are sort of a random assortment of favorite quotes. I have favorite quotes from many different books. So maybe I'll do this tag again sometime and include some other favorites. The quotes that I chose are all meaningful to me in some way. When I love a quote, it's usually because it has touched me in some way, it resonates with me, it speaks to me on some level in my own life. The first quote I want to talk about is from The 13th Tale by Diane Setterfield. I'm not sure if I've ever talked about this book on my channel, but I love it. It's a modern Gothic romance, and you guys all know, well, I hope you know, or maybe you don't know at all, and that's okay too, but I love Gothic romances. The quote that I love in this book is kind of at the very beginning, and it's about reading. I have always been a reader. I have read at every stage of my life, and there has never been a time when reading was not my greatest joy. And yet I cannot pretend that the reading I have done in my adult years matches in its impact on my soul the reading I did as a child. I still believe in stories. I still forget myself when I am in the middle of a good book. Yet it is not the same. Books are, for me it must be said, the most important thing. What I cannot forget is that there was a time when they were at once more banal and more essential than that. When I was a child, books were everything. And so there is in me, always, a nostalgic yearning for the lost pleasure of books. That quote speaks to me so much because I am always in search of losing myself in the same way in a book as I did as a child. And it just never quite reaches the euphoria of reading when I was a kid. I love books. I mean, everything about that quote just speaks so much to me. I love books. I still lose myself in books. But there was a manner in which you lose yourself when you're a kid that is very hard to achieve when you're an adult. I'm going to kind of cheat because I have more than 5 quotes, but the next quote I want to mention is from the book Gilead by Marilynne Robinson. I like the book Gilead because it is so quotable. There's so much wisdom in it, but it's definitely not an easy read. Gilead is a literary fiction novel written as a letter from a father, a dying father, to his son, and the father is a preacher. These are a couple of my favorite quotes from that book. I have multiple, but these are just a couple. The first is, "It seems to me that when something really ought to be true, then it has a very powerful truth, which starts me thinking again about heaven." And then this one, which is so true and so beautifully said. "I have always liked the phrase, nursing a grudge, because many people are tender of their resentments, as of the thing nearest their hearts." And isn't that true, that we hold on to our resentments, that we nurse them, that we mull over them and hold on to them? We are not always the best versions of ourselves. I know, honey. I know. All right. The next quote is from The Count of Monte Cristo, which I read last year and really loved. I actually forgot that I read it in 2016, and I probably should have included it in my favorite reads of the year because I really, really loved it. And it has one of my very favorite endings of a book, like favorite last few lines, last few paragraphs. By my telling it to you, it doesn't give anything away, so don't worry. Live then and be happy, beloved children of my heart, and never forget that, until God deigns to reveal the future to man, the sum of human wisdom will be contained in these two words, wait and hope. Then the last two quotes from two of my favorite books. We will start with, let's start with Anne of Green Gables. There are so many quotes from Anne of Green Gables that I could have chosen, and I'm listening to the audiobook right now and really wish that I would have gone through and actually highlighted some of my very favorite moments because they're so beautiful. And pretty much every nature scene that Ella Montgomery describes is so, so beautifully written. I wish that I could tell you them all, but I'm afraid your eyes would glaze over, so go and read the book for yourself. This is not a quote about the beauty of Prince Edward Island. This is just a beautiful quote that sums up Anne, and I resonate with it myself. Marilla! Anne sat down on Marilla's gingham lap, took Marilla's lined face between her hands, and looked gravely and tenderly into Marilla's eyes. I'm not a bit changed, not really. I'm only just pruned down and branched out. The real me, back here, is just the same. It won't make a bit of difference where I go or how much I change outwardly. At heart, I shall always be your little Anne, who will love you and Matthew and dear Green Gables more and better every day of her life. Anne laid her fresh young cheek against Marilla's faded one and reached out a hand to pat Matthew's shoulder. Marilla would have given much just then to have possessed Anne's power of putting her feelings into words. But nature and habit had willed it otherwise, and she could only put her arms close about her girl and hold her tenderly to her heart, wishing that she need never let her go. I love this because, yes, we all change, or at least I should speak for myself, because I think it's different for different people. We all change throughout our life. But at our core, at least at my core, I'm the same person that I was when I was little. And then finally, Hes Like a River, one of my other favorite books. This book is about a lot of different things. It has a lot of really beautiful themes, but one of my favorite themes in this book is themes about the miraculous. And so, at the very beginning, this is what it has to say about miracles. Let me say something about that word, miracle. For too long, it's been used to characterize things or events that, though pleasant, are entirely normal. Peeping chicks at Easter time, spring generally, a clear sunrise after an overcast week. A miracle, people say, as if they've been educated from greeting cards. I'm sorry, but nope. Such things are worth our notice every day of the week, but to call them miracles evaporates the strength of the word. Real miracles bother people, like strange, sudden pains unknown in medical literature. It's true, they rebut every rule all we good citizens take comfort in. Lazarus obeying orders and climbing up out of the grave. Now there's a miracle, and you can bet it upon a lot of folks who were standing around at the time. When a person dies, the earth is generally unwilling to cough him back up. A miracle contradicts the will of earth. Hes Like a River. Oh, I love this book so much. So those are 5 of some of my favorite quotes in books. Obviously, like I said, I have more, and maybe I'll do another video sometime to do 5 more of my favorite quotes, but I thought I would start with those. So Wilder and I bid you adieu. We hope you are having a great end of February. Let me know in the comments some of your favorite quotes in books. I'd love to know. And I am going to tag, let's see, Getting Hygge with it. This is a brand new channel and I'm loving it. Mollie from Mollie Reads, Jess from Catch a Single Thought, Julie from Girl in a Book, Jenna from Jen the Librarian, and Jordan from Bookish. And anyone else who wants to do this tag, please do it and let me know because I love to hear people's favorite quotes from books. One of the pleasures of reading are finding sentences that we can really mull over and just get lost in. So I'd love to know some of your favorite quotes. So do this tag and let me know. And I will talk to you all later. Bye! What do you think, Wilder? What do you think? You're just listening to me talk. Yeah? He's so close to smiling, you guys. I swear, sometimes I feel like he smiles at me, but, you know, right now, apparently, you know, there's still just reflexive smiles, but he's getting close. He's getting close to real smiles, and it warms my heart.